There's this moment, you know the one. The door closes behind you. The bag hits the floor. Your body is still carrying the weight of everything the day asked from it. And then, almost without thinking, you sit down, you open it, the screen lights up, and something in your chest exhales. Not relief exactly, something older than that, something that feels like home. And then, almost immediately, the other voice shows up. You're in your 30s. Shouldn't you be doing something real? Shouldn't you be at the gym, calling your family back, building something? So which one is right? The feeling of coming home or the voice that tells you it's a waste? I want to tell you about a scientist named Bruce Alexander. In the late 1970s, researchers were running experiments on addiction. They'd take a rat, put it alone in a small metal cage, give it 2 bottles, one water, one laced with morphine. Every single time, the rat chose the drug. It kept going back until it overdosed. And the world concluded, the substance is the problem. The drug hijacks the brain. That's it. But Alexander looked at those experiments and asked a different question. What if it wasn't the drug? What if it was the cage? So he built something different. He called it Rat Park. 200 times the space, toys, running wheels, other rats, community, warmth, something to do. And in that environment, the rats barely touched the morphine. Even the ones who had already been dependent chose to stop. The drug didn't change, the cage did. Now, let's talk about you, not the version of you who games. The version who woke up this morning and had to show up to a life that doesn't always feel like it fits. Psychologists call it the autonomy deficit, the competence deficit, the relatedness deficit, which is a complicated way of saying modern adult life is very good at taking things from you. Your agency micromanaged, your sense of progress buried in bureaucracy, your friendships slowly dissolved by distance and schedules. You go to work, you perform, you follow instructions you didn't write, and you come home not knowing if any of it mattered. And then you open the game. Suddenly you have a goal, a clear one. You can see your progress. Every action has a consequence. Your choices matter. Your skill is real. The world responds to you. That's not laziness, that's hunger. Your brain is going where its needs are actually being met. Psychologist Leonard Reinecke studied what happens to the adult mind after a full day of work. He found something that surprised a lot of people. Watching TV doesn't actually let your brain rest because a passive mind is still a mind that can ruminate, still replaying the conversation from this morning, still anxious about tomorrow. But gaming demands all of you, your spatial awareness, your decision-making, your reflexes, your attention. There is no processing power left over for dread. It doesn't sedate you, it resets you. Here's what I think we get wrong. We treat gaming like a confession, like something we have to justify, defend, hide a little. I played for 3 hours last night, said like an apology. But what if the real question isn't how many hours you played? What if the real question is, why does the game feel more alive than your actual life? Because the rat didn't have a drug problem. The rat had a cage problem. And if you keep needing the game to feel free, that might not be a character flaw. That might be your nervous system telling you something honest about the shape of your real life. The game isn't the enemy. The emptiness it's filling might be worth looking at. So maybe the question isn't, why are you still gaming at 30? Maybe the question is, what would your life look like if it gave you even half of what the game does? Clear goals, real feedback, a sense that what you do actually changes something, people who show up for the same fight as you, and a version of failure that teaches you instead of defining you. The game isn't the problem. It's been a very clear mirror. The question is whether you're ready to look at what it's reflecting.